this is Melanie for Pardesi Reviews, and I'm here to do a film review of this. Title's a tongue twister for me. Manmadhudu 2, starring Nagarjuna and Rakul Preet Singh. If you're new to Pardesi Reviews, I do trailer reactions and film reviews of Telugu, Tamil, Hindi, and Malayalam films. I'll be honest with you, from the trailer, I wasn't super excited about this film. It looked like Nagarjuna was kind of playing a misogynist kind of a character, a playboy, but he just seemed like a throwback. But then I saw Vanilla Kishore was going to be his buddy. I always loved Vanilla Kishore, and believe me, he was one of the best things about this film. And before I went, I saw the second show here in Chicago, and I was seeing some Twitter reports, mixed reactions. I don't know, I just was like, you know what, I'm just going to go and see for myself. So I do like Nagarjuna. I haven't seen a ton of his movies, but oh my gosh, his film and amazing. He has just this charisma, and for his age, I think he's 60. You can correct me. He looks amazing. I mean, there's a scene in this film of him working out with this sort of push-up contraption on a tree. It was like, whoa. I mean, he really takes care of himself. As Rakul says, nice biceps. And they even dealt with the fact that here is an older actor romancing a young woman. It's talked about in the movie, and in fact, it's sort of a plot point of him thinking, I'm too old for her. The whole setup is that he doesn't want to get married, but his mother, played by Lakshmi, fears that she's going to die soon and he's not going to be married off. And he enacts this whole fake engagement to put his sisters and his mother off of him. And I love this kind of trope. I seek out books like this. Fake engagements, fake marriages that then turn real. I'm all about it. I love that kind of a plot. I don't know that I ever fully got over the fact of the age difference. I will say, I don't know that they had this sparkling chemistry, but my God, Rakul Preet Singh, she can sell anything. It was so good, especially in some of the emotional scenes in the second half. She is amazing. I came away from this film really admiring her. And I will just tell you that this film, while somewhat inconsistent, I felt like the scripting could have gone through like another round to, I don't know what the word is. It just kind of, not every scene worked, but the ones that did were mainly because of the comedy of Vanilla Kishore. I don't know, they had, at the end, they had all of these outtakes, and I don't this tells you how great all these actors are, because how can you get through any scene without cracking up when Vanilla Kishore is doing his shtick? He is so funny. He is so funny. People in my theater were just almost rolling in the aisles over certain scenes. I am not going to spoil one of them because all of them were so delightful. There's one with Ramesh Rao in the second half, and then Lakshmi walks in, and oh my God, I'm still dying laughing thinking about the whole setup of that scene. Oh, he is a riot. He is a national treasure. So some of the things at work are just so hilarious, and I am going to remember them forever. So, Nagarjuna and Vanilla Kishore is playing his assistant, so they have just so much, funny interactions with each other. They're with each other all the time, and so, more Vanilla Kishore is always great for me because he is just a riot. I thought Nagarjuna did a fine job. I saw some tweets of people really upset that this film didn't live up to the first one, which I haven't seen. So I didn't come in with those expectations that not only that it's a classic film. They did have a really short cameo with Manmadhudu, who evidently there was some gag that referenced the previous film, because he's like, I waited 17 years for this or something. Really brief cameo. There was another couple of fun cameos. Samantha Prabhu, I was like, oh my God, this is a movie about a Cupid. Like, what? How is she going to interact with her father-in-law? The scene was very well done. Perfect cameo for her. Perfect acknowledgement, tip of the hat to her. And then Kirti Suresh was kind of a fun cameo for me. I didn't realize she was going to be in the film. She's in a flashback scene. I don't want to ruin anything more about the plot. The plot, like if you really think about it, none of it makes sense. And that's okay. I mean, I was just along for the ride. I would say this is an average film. Worth it maybe for a couple of those super funny scenes. And the emotional stuff in the second half did hit me, especially because of Rakul Preet. Now, there were some dangling things, some dangling issues that weren't dealt with. They tried to kind of tack on before the full end credits blooper reel started. They tried to tie up one loose end. And I was like, I kept waiting for the payoff. There's an emotional reason that Rakul's character is willing to go along with this scheme, because you're like, what kind of a woman would do that? But they give her a good reason. And then there's a setup situation of something that she has to be in an interview. I don't want to get into anything more than that. And I kept waiting for the payoff. There could have been either a comedic scene or an emotional scene, and they just really didn't. They were like, okay, here's the reason she's doing all these crazy things. We're not going to talk about this again until the epilogue. And was like, here's your little happy ending. We're tying up this loose end. Go home. It could have had, there could have just been more with that. Let me just put it that way. But some of the situations, oh my God. And I continue to be really amused. There's one point where she says the word heck, and the subtitles translated it to F asterisk asterisk K. They made it a stronger curse word. And then the film is in Telugu, and Vanilla Kishore is speaking some comedy in English. And there was a lot of swearing. And I'm wondering if it was like sort of cut off words in Telugu, but then they put, F star star K. There was another thing that didn't come through to me, and someone like Rakes maybe could have done better with the subtitles to differentiate. It's all set in Portugal, which was really interesting. It was supposed to be like all of these immigrant Telugu, they have their own community, and so they don't have the same modern language as in India. So they have a more stilted version of Telugu, but that didn't come across in the subtitles, only because Vanilla Kishore kept making jokes about it. Like, I don't understand the way you're speaking. You're speaking so formally to me, or whatever. I sort of got that there was a joke, but it didn't come through. And I know, Rakes has told me about how she specifically did old-fashioned kind of language for the Bahubali 2 to give that feeling of it being an older language. That's a small little quibble, but I'm just saying it didn't come through. That humor, that wordplay didn't come through to me just through subtitles. Overall, average, enjoyed it. Don't expect a ton from that, but do expect to have a couple really laugh riot scenes. Oh my God. All right, let me know if you had a chance to see this film, what you thought about it in the comments below. Love to hear your thoughts about it. Follow me on Twitter at PardeziOAT. Subscribe here to Pardesi Reviews. And if you hit the bell when you subscribe, you'll never miss one of my film reviews or trailer reactions.